Warning. What you are about to see and hear is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed on the show are our opinions and do not reflect the views of BTW21 or its staff. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel and Chad.
God is looking for someone real. People are looking for something real. Just be real. Welcome to the Be Real podcast. We're your host, Daniel Lewis, Brother Chad Hudson.
Hello.
Yes, we have a mighty fine guest with us this afternoon. We'll learn a lot about her. But before, we got to introduce Peckerhead again. He's always overlooking. Oh, there he goes.
I wish we didn't name him so quick.
I know.
It was so quick the name just come about.
It did. Paul Farrar named our
What would
chicken.
you name our chicken if you had it?
You know, I am rather fond of the name Peckerhead
I
because
know.
that's,
Okay.
had I thought about it, that's what I would have named the rooster that we had
All right.
because he.
Oh,
it
you got a
fits.
rooster.
Well, I did.
Oh.
He went to the pot.
We ate him.
We're going to learn all about you.
Oh
So,
boy!
You're going to have to help me with your name again. I'm sorry.
We're gonna have to
I
bring out the
apologize.
chicken again too later
Yeah,
on
yeah.
in the show.
Oh,
We'll bring
yeah.
it
Yeah,
in the pot.
Susan.
there you go. Yeah, Susan Saban.
Saban.
Susan Saban.
Spencer-Penn Centre. She's representing Spencer-Penn Centre. A lot of activities going on out there, a lot of events going on out there. Just wanted to showcase them, try to get you on a little bit a while back, but you had baby time.
Yeah, I was very pregnant.
Very pregnant. She was like, I'll do it, Daniel, I'll do it. But let's just wait a little bit. And I was like, okay.
Yeah,
We'll wait a little
and then
bit.
we waited 6 months.
We did. It was great, though. I was like, that's the best excuse ever. I love
I mean,
it.
really, who's gonna argue with you?
I know. We love
So
the
was
babies.
this your first baby?
My second.
Your second?
I have a 2-year-old,
Let's
too.
shout out their name. I mean, if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have a 2-year-old, Eliza Grace.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
my little firecracker, my
Yeah.
redhead.
Grace.
I got a Grace Marie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, knocking myself out, but yeah.
And then I have a 6-month-old Sophia Faith.
Sophia Faith.
2 girls.
Oh,
Two
yeah.
girls. Yeah.
So you got Grace and Faith.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
We're
cool,
gonna end
man.
there.
That's very cool. Yeah.
We're gonna end there.
Oh
That's
yeah,
it?
we're done. We're done.
We're done.
Yeah, well, because I have 3 bonus babies too, so that makes 5 girls, and
Oh, okay.
that's enough.
You got a house
Another
full
story.
of girls.
Oh yeah.
We're not
Yeah,
going
but-
for a boy.
No. No, I decided a long time ago that I was not meant to be a boy mom. I'm not tough enough for that.
Now you say that, but I said the same thing with girls.
Yeah, he did.
That I was not
He's
tough
got
enough.
8.
I was not. I have 8 children. I have 5 boys and 3 girls, and I had 4 boys before I had a daughter, and I said I'm not tough enough for that.
Yeah.
But then God said, "Hey, have a couple more." And,
Right.
now I've got a.
You ain't got to the good years yet.
Well, if God works a miracle, then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
God's always
You
involved.
might need a boy.
But he might,
You might need a boy.
I feel like he and I are pretty in tune on this.
That's
one.
good.
Hey,
Yeah.
I talk
That's
to him
really
every
good.
day.
Yeah.
I thought we were in tune too, but he let me know something.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So thank you for coming out here representing the Spencer-Penn Centre. And what is your title out there?
So I'm the executive director.
Okay.
Been the executive director since 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, working on almost 6 years now, I guess.
now I've never been to the Spencer
Well,
Center.
working on 5 years.
Spencer-Penn Center. I've never
What?
been. Not once. Not
I am
one
heartbroken.
time have I stepped foot on it.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know what's going on over there, so this is new to me. I'm going to get
That's good, though.
I'm going to get education, and then hopefully we can figure.
They got a killer playground that you need to know about. It's right down the road from where we live. They're about 2 miles past the Henry County line. And I'm 3-4 miles from the Henry County line. You're 6-7 miles from the
Yeah.
county line.
Oh, I know where it's at, and
You know where
I've
it's at.
heard about it. You all
Yeah.
are doing great things. I'm not saying that,
Right.
but
Right.
I've
I'm
never
just
set
letting
foot
you know
there.
they got a
Just
great,
not good enough for you to come out.
No. You don't have to be. You don't have to be too good for me to come out. Trust me.
There's a picture of it.
What is this?
Yeah,
So this-
look at it. Isn't it beautiful? She
It
is
is beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yeah, you
So
got to
talk
see it
to
all
us
the way
about
around.
this. What brought up the what is it?
It started a school.
What
Yeah.
is the school?
Yeah, in 1927, what you're seeing right now is actually the original 1927 wing of the school. So that was
1927.
1927.
Good gravy.
See, I would
Yeah.
like to visit just because you said that date. You bring up 1920s.
That's almost 100 years ago.
Right. You bring up the 20s. You bring up the teens of our century, and I want to visit them because they were
Right.
doing great things.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. So we do a lot of historical preservation. That's actually in our museum. And you can see the original 1927 hardwoods that they found when they were renovating. So
I think Chad Hall sat there, and that's his classroom. That's
he
that's
sat in
his-
the back. He
Right.
carved his name.
that's his desk right there.
He was getting rulers on his fingers.
Well, we actually have one of those old whooping boards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the Spencer-Penn was a school. Was it?
Yeah.
Was it called Spencer-Penn School?
Yes,
Or-
it was a
okay.
Spencer-Penn school, and
Okay.
it served as all grades up until 1952. That was the last year that they had a high school.
Oh,
And-
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was a high school.
So, yeah, kids
All
graduated
grades,
from
all
it.
grades.
Wow.
All
They
grades
went to
until
school.
1952.
Yeah.
And
Man.
then, yeah, I know, right?
I know, it is cool.
Now that's Spencer's in Henry County.
Yes,
Yeah.
technically it's
Yeah.
in Henry County. It's like a mile
little
or
over the line.
yeah, over the line. So,
Right.
but it was a Henry County public school.
Oh,
And
wow.
how many grades was it up until? Was it every grade? You just went there and you graduated from there? So
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
From 1927 to 1952, that's how it worked. So they didn't have kindergarten. It was
Right.
first through seventh, and then you had freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So they skipped that whole eighth grade.
Yeah.
And then come 1952, that was last year. After that, they went first through seventh, and then eventually they added in the eighth grade and moved middle school out and added kindergarten.
Oh.
And then when it closed in 2004, it was
So is that recent?
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
that's
that was
20 years ago, but
well,
still,
when the
that's
schools
kind of very
consolidated.
recent. Yeah, when the schools consolidated.
Yeah, it went through fifth grade then.
Man.
I know, right? It seems so long ago, but then at the same time, it really wasn't that long at all.
I know. Beautiful hardwood floors throughout the school. I mean, it was built really well.
Oh yeah, it was built to last. You know, back then.
And it has.
Yeah.
I see the positivity in those old classrooms.
You can smell it when you go through there. It's like, man.
My children, I have watched my children grow up, and the younger ones seem to learn from the older ones. So when we've decided, what do you say, in 1950 something, to get a grade room to where every kid in that grade is 7 years old, every kid in the next grade is 8, 9 years old.
Right.
It took away the learning from their elders and learning from their peers. I know, like I said, my children, the younger ones, are much smarter than my older ones, and I wonder what caused that.
Yeah.
You know, what was the reason behind that? It's because they get to watch the older
And
kids,
they look up
and they
to
look
them.
up to them, and they
Right.
learn from them.
You would think they would look up to the parents, but I mean, even if,
Oh no,
I'm trying to remember when I went through, and and I've seen as my kids went through, they just kind of resort to. I have a couple of grandchildren now. One of them's 16, one of them's 8. The 8-year-old, he looks up to the teenagers. He knows their music. He knows their what they're into. I mean, it's kind of screw grandpa and screw my mama. He wants to, or dad, he just wants to be like they are, and the older.
Well, but if you think about it, we're creatures of habit still.
Right.
Every day looks very similar for us, but when you look at teenagers and those middle schoolers, they're still changing all the time.
All
They're still
the
learning
time, every
all the
day.
time. And we should be too, but most of the time we're not.
No, we're not.
Most of the time we are just so stuck in that routine.
I know. I didn't know
Comfort.
what drippy was till today. Do you know
Oh.
what drippy is?
drippy? No.
Drippy.
Are we drippy?
No, we have no drippy. Apparently, there's a necklace. You get a chain necklace and you're drippy. And it's a drippy necklace. It's like a little gold necklace that goes around, or a silver necklace.
So I
And
guess that's a Christmas present I'm gonna have to get. Get
Yeah,
some
it's-
drippy Christmas.
be ready for some drippy. Apparently, that's the thing now.
So this was an old school, and now what is it? What have we transformed the building in, and the?
What year was that it transformed? Oh, look, there's a library.
Yeah, that's our library.
That's
So
your library.
in 2004, when the community found out that they were going to be closing the school, the county was going to sell the building.
This was Henry County.
This is Henry County. And the community came together and they were like, okay, we don't like any of this. We don't like any
Right.
of these ideas. We need to preserve this because up until that time, it had been the hub of the Spencer community. You know, everything
Right.
revolved. You had the school carnival, you had the Spencer Fair, everything happened there. So you didn't really have anything in Spencer that was happening that wasn't connected to the school.
That's what I was going to say. There's not a lot going on in Spencer
No.
at
no.
all.
Yeah.
I live in Spencer.
Yeah. We have the
on the
airport.
Patch County side. We
Yeah,
got the airport.
we have the airport.
That's a major hub.
Yeah, the Ruritans who sell their
We're the
stew.
Ruritans, thank you.
But there isn't a lot of extra stuff. So when you think about it, when you took away the school, you were basically taking the life,
Right.
away from the community, that hub. So they kind of came together and they were like, you know what, let's preserve it, let's save it.
That's awesome.
And they came together. They were able to get a loan from Carter Bank and Trust. Shout out to Carter Bank.
And who are they? I mean, do you
So you've got-
remember any of those names? I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah,
It's just-
you've got
okay.
Mary Jordan.
Okay.
Was
Shout
one-
out to them because
Yes.
I want some to, they did it for a reason.
Absolutely.
And I know they didn't do it for notoriety, but I definitely want to shout out to them, for going to do the history.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thankful for your brain.
Lots of former students, lots of former teachers, like Mary Jordan. She attended school there and then taught there.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
That is cool.
Right? So, and even her mom, her
Oh, wow.
family had went there. Her family had taught there and, been involved. So you have basically the whole community.
And probably paid for the school upgrades throughout the years.
yeah, through
'cause that's what-
fundraisers
right.
and different things. They were putting their, blood, sweat, and tears into it.
Right.
And so they banded together. And I will say Mary Jordan was probably the one pushing it along. She was there even until...
Is she still with us?
So she is a volunteer now.
Okay, cool.
But she actually served as the director until I came along.
Really?
So
well,
they
shout
were-
out to Mary Jordan.
Right.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
need to get a statue or something of her
Right.
up there in front of the
Right.
building. That
There
would-
might
Queen of
be. They got
Spencer-Penn.
like an angel or something out there on the little trail. What is that? The angel
Oh.
out there at the end of the trail, or what is that?
So we've
Is
got...
that sorry, I know
it's a-
we're changing.
It's a butterfly.
1,000 subjects. It's a butterfly. It's a butterfly.
It looks like an angel.
I thought it was. I need to slow my heart rate by the time I get out there.
When was the last time you went to get glasses?
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I got my transitional bifocals,
few-
but I've never been there.
few
So
years
I'll have
ago
to
there.
check that out.
Yeah, you should. But
But anyway, sorry.
Now the
Mary Jordan.
old classroom, you still have that set up? Is that can people visit that? And because a lot of people like to look at that older stuff.
Yeah, so our museum is open when we are.
Museum. Some field trips. Can we get some field trips from
Absolutely.
schools there? That would be great.
Absolutely, yeah. And we have a children's library.
Yeah.
It's called the Mary Jordan Fun Zone. So it's got books and different educational activities and
I
things
love the
like
library
that.
Oh, yeah.
myself.
I was gonna
We
say
have
the
an
same.
adult library too. So
Right.
and it's
Wait.
all now not like
Wait, hold on.
for
Slow down, Chad.
When you
Calm down.
said that, I was like, "What adult library?" Okay,
This
we're gonna leave
is
that alone.
PG.
This is PG.
so
G even.
G, yes.
It's all G.
But all the books and everything that goes through the library is actually all donated. So,
Really?
Are you?
Ish.
We can be honest. We can be honest.
Ish.
But yeah, so everything's donated. So when you buy a book, you read it, odds are you're not going to read it again. So why not take it to the library and
Right,
donate
absolutely.
it so that other people can read it?
Right.
Especially
And you're
on-
still
on-
accepting donations? Sorry.
No, I was just,
New novels that
New
are
novels.
hardback, preferably. But yes, we are.
so the hardback is easier to put on the shelf and to distribute to people because
People prefer them; they hold up longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a better option. So if we ever have a paperback version and we get a hardback donated, we're going to keep the hardback.
right,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
cool, man.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it. I love it.
So many things. We
So
have
many
classes.
things. Y'all got yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. I've just seen it grown just since I've been in the area. I was born and raised in Kreitz, and then I purchased my house in 2010, and we were like, oh man, there's a park right here. So y'all got the park going on. You got the covered.
So
park
that's the
now.
second time you talked about the park, like swings and stuff.
Yeah.
Slides.
Slides.
Yeah,
Walking-
common stuff.
walking
We've got a
area.
walking trail.
Walking trail. I
So you-
love the walking
so
trail.
Field.
Do you have to be a member
You don't.
of something to go participate in that?
As far as I know.
I mean, we
guess
love-
it's
Okay,
been illegal
we're
if
coming
I'm
with
right.
my kids.
Yeah.
We're coming.
We love for people to be members, but they don't have to be.
Right.
But we obviously we encourage them to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a pavilion that's like a covered
pavilion,
picnic shelter.
Yes,
That's
I love
right
it.
next to the playground that you can rent out for parties and events, but you can also just come and hang out.
So that's where I've heard of you all from was renting an event.
Yes.
So you rent out events for parties, for weddings,
Weddings,
for
anniversary parties. We have a commercial kitchen that we rent out.
Very
yeah.
nice kitchen.
That's great.
Yeah, it's
I've
pretty.
explored that myself.
Right.
It's pretty
barbecues.
nice.
And you need that because if we ever, my family, when I say we, ever had a gathering, a family gathering, my mother would want to do the cooking. She doesn't like to cater out. She does cook better than anyone I know. But that's my mother. I'm a
Yeah.
little prejudiced on that.
Right.
But she does enjoy that and do that well. So you have a full kitchen.
Full kitchen.
If you were to rent out the pavilion, maybe for something, you could also rent out the kitchen.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
yeah.
Really?
great. That's really great.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is great.
So it's really convenient, especially if you're looking to have a caterer. We have caterers because we are like the only real commissary around. So
Yeah.
people who are looking to start up their catering business or their baking business or whatever that is, instead of investing in a full kitchen,
Oh, wow.
they'll come to us and use our kitchen while they build up that business.
I might have to
See, that's good to
I
know.
might
I
have to
didn't know
send
any of
Katie
this.
down there.
Right.
She's been baking bread. She does the sourdough. And I know you guys had some classes not too long ago, sourdough and pumpkin spice something, white girl stuff. Just-
I'm ready to chew.
Well, it was apple butter, but
Oh,
okay.
okay, apple butter. Pumpkin spice, apple butter, one of those.
Some of that fall stuff in there. Yeah. But no, we did. It was a lot of fun. I actually got my sourdough starter from that class, and I've been making bagels. And
Have you?
yeah.
Yeah, we've
I
had
should've brought
English muffins. We've had, the sourdough bread. But then she's also doing something where she's making loaf bread. I
Yeah.
guess I don't know that. I don't know. She-
Now, something with the,
It's
it's kind of getting off track here because
chemistry
we're all
in
over
there.
the place, but I love it. Is sourdough, it's got to age or it takes a while.
No,
it's
it's got
just
to
not
grow.
like grow.
You feed it.
You feed it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. The word is
Katie's
feed
over
it.
there feeding the yeast,
You're
and
feeding
I'm like,
the
I'm
yeast.
hungry now. Feed the Chad. And
The yeast can wait. Feed the Chad.
Well, the funny thing is, there's no yeast in it. It is
Yeah.
just
Really?
flour and water.
Flour
Yeah.
and water.
Flour and water. That's
But
it.
what do you feed it?
Flour and water.
You feed it flour and water.
Yeah.
So you keep feeding it flour
Once you
and
get
water?
it bubbly and
Once it's
good,
and then it
yeah,
grows.
and then it grows and it grows,
And
and
it
if you're not
grows.
careful, it'll like overflow on your.
So it's kind of a plant. I mean, it's not a plant, but you got to take care of it, right? I mean,
Yes.
it's just,
Yes,
that's
I see
weird
the
to me. I
connection.
mean, I don't
Stuff.
know. I don't know.
Well, if you think about yeast, it helps your bread rise.
Okay.
You pour hot water in it,
Understand
and then
that.
it rises.
Right.
So you're just adding. This is just something that you're keeping, growing. So
But
that
if
you
you
can add
if
it
you
in.
accidentally, because your feet are cold, because you get old, and turn on the heat, and then the wife's yeast bubbles up out of the jar, and then goes all
Sounds
the way
like
down over
experience.
the jar, and explodes all over the floor.
Yeah.
You get in trouble.
Yeah.
You just gotta not do that.
Can you
But
s-
yeah, that's pretty
Can you
wild.
scrape it up and put it back
No,
in? or-
it gets
No.
rock hard. I mean, once it comes, take a chisel to it. And then you're like, what was that? Did I do that?
Did I just mess up?
And then you're never allowed in the kitchen
Yeah,
ever again.
ever.
And I've heard that before, that it was these sourdough, because I mentioned to somebody about the sourdough bread, and I was like, I tried that one time, but there's a lot of feeding to it. And I'm like, you're feeding bread?
Well, you have to bring it to life
have to
first,
bring it
which
to
is
life.
usually where people
Yeah.
struggle.
See, I mean, that's
It
kind
goes
of
nuts.
I'm going.
There's chemistry involved, and then I just
Okay,
walk out
so
the
anyway.
door and grab a beer.
I'm sorry.
Well, you know,
I apologize.
that's all right.
Which has yeast and
But you guys have
Connections
Connections.
everywhere.
why
all
can't these
connections.
things grow?
Could you drink them too fast?
If I drink it slower, will it grow? So anyway, sorry.
So you
can
have
rent-
these classes, anyways.
Yes, we have lots of classes. And
Yeah.
in the summer, actually, we have summer camp classes for kids Monday through Thursday.
Really?
Yep, all day long so that kids can come painting, Legos.
seen that.
Yeah, we have a new Lego wall that's
My
really
kids would love
exciting.
shoot.
I ain't seen that.
Yeah, in our STEAM lab. Yeah, so we even have like laptop computers where you can come if you need to use a computer,
That's nice.
type something up, do some
Right.
searching, print something.
Now,
I'm 46 years old, and I'm more into the Legos than I am the
They're
computers.
pretty dang cool.
That is cool, man.
Legos have gone
Right.
crazy. You could build anything
Yeah,
nowadays.
Star Wars stuff and just, I mean, it's just whatever. They got
Yeah.
69 Mustang Mach 1s.
Right.
Yeah, they have
They
everything.
might have 72 Monte Carlos.
Look,
72 Monte
you want to be
Carlo, huh?
inspired? Take a kid and just hand them a box of Legos and just
Just let
see
it
what
do
they
it.
create.
Right.
We had one kid who built like a duck, like a
A
full-blown duck, and it lives on our Lego wall now.
Really?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I was like-
so we can go see the duck.
Yeah, come and see it. There's all kinds of stuff.
Now, is it white duck or is it a male duck? with a
Mallard?
Pretty mallard. Yeah.
Well, he didn't tell me.
He didn't tell
He
you.
didn't tell me.
What color is
I
it
really
that you
enjoy
know
it.
of?
He's
It's
black,
Lego.
white, and yellow.
Is he white and yellow? So he's a regular duck.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Just wondering what the duck looks like. I'm going to come see the duck.
This is
Man, I
this is
love it.
really interesting for me
It
because
is.
What I've learned so far is that you guys do a whole lot more than I thought what you did.
So many
Yeah.
facets.
I thought it was just a rent a place to have a party or
Right.
rent a place to have a ceremony of some kind.
They've
but
really got it cooking.
You guys are doing classes. You guys have a museum, a library. I mean, you guys are
Rent
just
the
doing all
place.
kinds of things.
We've got a community garden.
Okay, this is like Never Land. This just keeps on growing. You're doing everything over there in Spencer.
We do a little bit of everything. Well, because it's the hub of the community.
Yeah.
Right.
So anything that might fill a need, we're going to do it. We have a farmer's market that just wrapped up.
See a need, fill a need.
Yeah, you see a need, fill a need, and that's what we do. So if somebody has an idea for a program, we'll try it.
So what, the community garden, you kind of mentioned that.
Yeah,
What,
yeah.
What does that involve?
So we were fortunate enough to get a Hope grant from Harvest. And
Harvest Foundation.
The
right here in
Harvest
Martinsville.
Foundation,
Well,
yeah.
shout out to Harvest Foundation because
Right.
I've seen so many articles.
They're all over the place.
They are all over the place.
Doing
I mean,
it.
they're throwing money all over the place, but it's like for good things.
it really is. I mean, they are, I've got to say, you apply for a lot of grants, but I have never applied for grants where the grantor was as passionate and in touch. I mean, they're checking in on you. They're making sure you have what you need.
That's awesome.
They're coming in to help you problem solve.
Wow.
Like they want to see you succeed. They
Right.
want to see you do big things. And, we're fortunate enough. Not only did we get the grant for the community garden, which is beautiful if you want collards, lettuce, spinach,
So it's
broccoli,
not just
cabbage.
a flower garden. We're talking
No.
about edibles.
Yeah.
And I love that, a community garden, because one person has a hard time maintaining a garden by themselves.
Yes.
They have to rototill the ground, they have to plant it, weed it, do all the, do everything. But if you have a bunch of people coming together, and some might be a little specialist at growing a tomato.
Yeah. For
Hey,
real.
we do this trick and we do this trick, and now everybody's learned
Right.
that. But then we've also learned to leave it up to Steve, because Steve does a great job, and we'll work on the corn. but you're able to,
Beckerhead agrees with that one.
Right, but you're able to, work together, and I think it's easier for somebody to work in a community garden than just to grow one in their backyard by themselves and do all the work
The way it
themselves.
was in 1927, I would say.
Everyone come together to
Everything
grow it.
I've always
Yeah.
read, everybody always come together. Most of the time you would barter. You knew you got some corn, I got some green beans over here. We're going to trade it out, but everybody comes together and has their own community garden. To have that in 2024, that's blowing my mind, man.
Right.
For real.
That's what we need.
I'm over there walking on a trail. I didn't know that was a community garden.
Yeah, and anybody can come. They can help weed. They can help plant. They can harvest.
Wow.
We have a mushroom bed. We've got.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's all been done by the community, which is the most beautiful part.
It is.
But we actually.
I'm over here eating a canned corn from China.
Where you been, man? Where you been?
Brazil. Brazil, green beans.
But this actually came about because we heard a lot of our older folks, our older population, saying, I'm having to give up my garden. I can't do it. I can't bend down. I can't squat. So we thought, well, let's get some raised beds. Let's get some ADA compliant raised beds so that if you're in a wheelchair, no matter what you're doing, you can come down and you can actually have your own raised bed.
And these people with the
Wow.
wheelchair, they have this knowledge
Yeah.
that isn't taught in school, that
Not taught
you
in
could go to
school.
college, I guess, and some professor who's never grew a garden tell you
Right.
how to grow
I
something.
got a PhD in agriculture.
But these
Which is great,
but
but-
these older people know the tricks of the trade, the how to get a good yield, and that's who to learn from.
When to put it in, when to
And-
pull it out, when to do all that stuff.
And that's valuable to the younger generation who may not have their grandparent anymore,
Yeah.
that they
Right.
could sit and talk to somebody with that experience and,
Yeah.
and really teach them something.
Yeah. And they can do it together. They don't have to give that up.
Yeah.
If they love it, they can still come out and still be a part. And we saw that, which is, I think, the most beautiful part. And then on top of that, we're teaching them how to preserve. We're having preservation classes.
Right.
Now
Now we'll have this below, but y'all got one of the coolest numbers that I've ever seen, and I can remember it in my head. That's one thing I like about it. It's 276-957-5757.
Yeah.
How can you forget
I
that?
can remember that one.
I know
And
that
that's saying
better.
a lot.
911.
Yeah.
957-5757. So they can get a hold of you or anybody that works there
Yep.
and just get involved.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
does it cost anything to work with the garden?
No,
or-
no. You
They
could just show up one day and be like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I need some lettuce for my salad. Can I, and go out there
But
and
I
grab
mean,
some lettuce.
wanting to help and
Yeah.
get your hands dirty and
Oh,
dig
yeah.
in and
Come pull
learn
some
what
weeds with
grandmas
us.
know. Yeah, pull weeds.
Yeah, yeah,
Learn what grandma
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
knows or used to know or knows, whatever.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. Now, where's the garden located at? I mean, I know we don't have a map on the screen that we can show anybody, but I've been to the backside where you go and there's
In the
the little
library
play
parking
area.
lot.
Library parking lot.
Yeah, if you go in the library parking lot, you have the old 1930s cottage that we lease out. You've
Okay,
got
I've
the
seen
ball
that.
Field.
So y'all own that too? Mm-hmm. Okay, just for people that don't know,
Cottage.
I've been kind of
Wait,
curious.
hold on. Cottage, ball field. You just threw in a whole lot more there, girl.
I know.
The only reason I asked, I didn't know this either, was I went in there and I seen this house. Gotcha. I went in there and seen this house, and I was like, do these people care that we're pulling in there behind their house and they're over here going in it? So you own the little house, little
Yeah.
white house there, not too small, but, cottage, I guess.
Yeah, it's perfect for, a person or a small family. And so we rent that out. That actually used to be a classroom.
So you rent it out too?
Yeah.
To stay there? Or? Really?
So we've got a long-term lease there now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
So it benefits them. It gives them a nice place to live. And then it
Yeah.
benefits us because we have somebody on the property all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, is somebody rent it now? I know you
A
can say
long-term
Oh,
lease.
yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what about the
That's
ball
cool.
field?
That's cool.
What
Sorry.
kind of ball? Baseball you talking about?
Baseball
What-
field. Yeah. And we have a
cool
little
baseball
walking track
field.
that goes around it. Yeah. So
Yes.
Parks
Full
and Rec
blown.
actually
Oh, wow.
has their kid games out there and practices out there. So, yeah, if you're looking at you're in that parking lot, you've got the building, you've got the cottage, you've got the playground, you've got the ball field, and then you've got our community garden.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
amazing.
thinking.
Something everywhere.
It is. That's behind, well, you can't really say behind. I mean, it's according which way you come in.
I haven't been
Yeah.
So
there.
you got a loop there.
How are we getting there?
Driving.
Well,
or you can walk.
I mean, depending on how
He's
far you
showing it.
live, you could walk.
You could walk there.
I know
Okay,
people
how
who
am I
walk
getting
there.
We
there
had
on
what's
the
his
road?
name
What's
here
the
on
directions?
what's his name here on the show?
What's the
Reed.
directions?
Tom
How
Reed.
do I get
Yeah.
there?
You know where Tom Reed's place is?
Yeah.
It used to be what was it called before? It was kind of back and forth, across the road and that road. Anyway, if you take a right there at his store, there it is.
Yeah.
But if you come in the other way, you know where Spencer Post Office is, don't you?
Oh yeah, I know that place well. That's
If you keep going, we know that place really good. If you keep going down the road, it's right there on the left.
Yeah.
okay. I'll
Yeah,
have to
there
check
it
it out.
is.
I just
Yeah.
want to get there.
Reed's
And
Grocery.
it sounds like it's a place that I want to get involved.
Yes.
I
I
hope
mean, that's
so.
great.
Thank you. Yeah, well,
That's
it's
great.
there's something for everybody. Which I think is the nice thing. Whether you're a parent and you have kids, you want to bring them to story time.
A historian, somebody that's wanting to learn something new, growing gardens, all kinds of things.
It
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Now we got the 2-minute warning. We're gonna
We
have to
did.
take a break right now. But when we get back, we're gonna get a little bit into your personal life, if you don't mind.
A little bit.
We're gonna talk about where you come from and how you got to where you are now.
Yeah, sounds great.
And then
Because you are an amazing feature,
Yes.
or feature, I don't know how you would say it. You're an amazing asset
There we go.
to
That's a great
everything I've ever known about the Spencer-Penn Center. She was one of the first ones I ever got in contact with. Just been great. Just been great. And
Thank you.
we'll talk more about, I want to talk about the walls too. I have pictures of that.
walls?
The walls
Yeah,
in
they're
Spencer-Penn
really
Center.
Man.
awesome.
I didn't get no pictures of those. I might have to send them to you. Those things blew my mind. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, all the
Declaration of
murals.
Independence. Yeah, the
Hold on,
murals.
hold
murals,
on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We'll talk about that in the second half.
right.
We'll be right back.
Right. Be right back.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Please like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Thank you. And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Be Real the podcast. Another shout out to our sponsors, Boyce Holland Veterinary Services and Pet Transport out of Patrick County. If you're looking for veterinary services and you cannot find a better veterinary service, I'm not going to say Boyce Holland, but it would be best. That's where my Chihuahuas and all my family dogs have been going since 1993. When I got my Cocker Spaniel. But Pet Transport really blows my mind. This got started up with Chad and his wife. They do this, and I'm thoroughly thankful for them because never had this kind of service back in the day. They will come and pick up your animal, cat, dog, whatever it is, and transport them to any service in the region. Now, you might not be a fan of Boyce Holland Veterinary Service. You might not be a fan of Kings Mountain. But they will come and pick up your animal and transport to anywhere that you want to go. So shout out to them. I know you get kind of tired of watching YouTube and seeing the ads or blah, 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 blah. But what it is, it's something, this is local to us. It means a lot to me because if I couldn't get out, I work every day, 5 days a week, and Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes I'm off. Most of the time I'm off on Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes I work on Saturdays. We're getting ready to talk about that. But I mean, if you have a trouble getting your dog out, if you're working, you have trouble getting your dog out, you can call Pet Transport up and they will come out and pick your dog up, and it's excellent care from start to finish. And they will take them to their vet service. I need to get their nails done. I need to get their anal glands. I need to get shots for them. Don't let that be a hassle of you cannot get out, because you can just call them right up. And we have that number. I'll list it below. It's all listed below every video, actually.
The most rewarding thing about that whole ordeal with Pet Express Transportation is helping the people that are bedridden. I mean, they can't get out. They still have their pet. They did not bring it to the pound like a lot of people do.
Now, how one of the things that got started with that is you told me you were sitting there and this older lady was struggling to get her dog out of the car to bring it into
Yeah.
And
Well-
you immediately sent somebody out there, but it was just like, it was a hassle for her to even get it in the car to begin with,
Well-
wherever she lived at.
Well, actually, it was a gentleman.
Oh, it was a gentleman.
It was
sorry.
an elder gentleman who had a German Shepherd, and the German Shepherd at the house listens to every command that he says, and is a great dog. Unfortunately, out in public, he gets a little spastic. He gets a little crazy,
Just
and
like
he starts.
me.
Right, he acts like Daniel a little bit,
Yeah.
and was pulling the gentleman across the parking lot,
Hmm.
and so.
And of course, they'll help you when you get there.
Yeah, of course.
But
that.
it's just,
but
you
it's
got to
getting
get them
them
in the car to go.
and go. And like I said, there's been some people that have called us that are in the bed and they can't get out of the bed, and they have social workers there that help them, and we get them in the car, we get them to the appointment because they still need care as well.
Yes, they do.
And then we
Praise God.
found the same gentleman I saw at Walmart, and he was picking up a 5-pound bag of dog food. And I was thinking to myself, he has that German Shepherd. He probably eats that 5-pound. So the lady that was checking me out said, yeah, he's here every day. So every day that guy comes and buys one meal for his dog because that's all he
Because
could
can't carry
carry.
it.
Yeah.
So when he gets to the house, I'm sure there's
Doing
people
what he
at
can.
Walmart that could help you to the car, but then when he gets to the house, he can't carry it in.
Right.
So we'll supply dog food for people that can't do that, and
That's
it's,
awesome,
it's
man.
been a great adventure.
Well, y'all got a great heart.
sir.
There's one
So
thing I
thanks
can
for bringing
also
it.
say about it. A lot of people don't know about it. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you can see that I am a part of, and I have been since 2020, Mountain Valley Hospice. And y'all have helped hospice patients out, not only with food, but also transport and also dog relocation. You know, a lot of folks, they get in bad situations.
Really
and so-
quick.
Really,
Bad,
really,
really
quick,
quick.
really quick. And I'm not saying anything about hospice. So we've had people in hospice for 6-7 years. I mean, call them, please get a hold of them before you actually think you need hospice. It's not that you're dying. It's just that's what the way it is. And then these pets are with these folks, and what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And so Chad's really stepped up to the plate. Boyce Holland, under Chad's leadership, stepped up to the plate, along with Locke. He done the same thing, and you know, I never thought about it. My whole time at Boyce Holland since 2008, I have never thought about that. And then when I, you know, had met Locke, and he was like, "Yeah, well, let's do it." And then Chad's carried on. He's filled the shoes. The best.
Well, I
as he
don't know
can.
about that.
I
I don't
know,
know
man.
about
I know he won't say it,
know
but
about
yes,
that,
he has. He's got a heart just like Locke did for pets, and that's meant a lot to me. I'm a dog lover. Cats not so much, but anyway, that's just the truth of it. But I mean, you know, if you got cats or dogs, they're not going to be able to survive without a person. And so sometimes you got to look for that avenue. So give them a call. Give Boyce Holland a call. Give Pet Express Transport a call, and we'll work with it. I mean, he'll work with it, and he's just he's a great dude. He won't say that himself, but damn it, I got a voice, so I'm gonna say it too.
There you go.
Anyway, Spencer-Penn Centre.
Yeah.
Let's learn more about it. I tried to find some of the murals. Murals.
Wow.
Me and him,
He doesn't
ri-
like cats because he is a cat. Meow.
we went to the meows, but we've rode our bikes all over the place, and I was looking up murals, and I've seen every mural except for Spencer-Penn, but I've shared it a bunch of times. Y'all got not only a lot of events going on, but the murals. And you said, well, people just have to come out there and see them for themselves.
Yeah, you just need to come and roam the halls
Yes.
like they did back in, when the school was open.
Do you know when they were painted?
So they were done in a variety of years. Some were done in the 90s.
Okay.
Some were even done just before the school closed.
Now
in 2004.
I remember my school, Hardin Reynolds. I went to Patrick Springs Primary. I went to Patrick Springs Elementary School, and that was Patrick Springs Primary.
You were a panda?
Yeah, I guess so. Then I was a rebel. Yeah, I was a rebel. Hardin Reynolds Memorial School, and then it went on to. But I remember them coming in and painting it. Now that it has the same kind of feel. Was that the same person, or do you know?
I don't know if it was
or
the
you
same
don't know?
person, but so the themes were actually chosen by the different grades. So you had the lower grades and the upper grades.
Right.
So the lower grades, they chose
Gettysburg
storybook characters.
Yes.
So that you've got Clifford and you've got the old lady who swallowed,
Right.
and then the upper one is all history. So
It is.
it just goes from one
Declaration
major
of
thing to
Independence,
another.
1776.
Yeah.
It's just, I got pictures of these things. I
stunning.
just don't know what happened to them, but I would
You
love to
ain't
show
got
them. Maybe I can find them before we do the show, and then at the end of the show, we can show them. These things are
I
amazing.
like when we do that. Thanks.
I do
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Halloween stuff.
The Halloween
You can
stuff.
Go back.
My mom appreciated that.
Yeah, I love her. Thank you for watching, Jerry.
That's good stuff.
I really appreciate her a whole lot. Ain't even met her yet, man.
We got to.
We got to ride up to Connecticut.
Yeah.
Anyway, so a little bit more about
13
Spencer-Penn Centre.
hours. So. You'll be on the bike.
Almost
for
said a bad word.
13 hours.
We can do it. We got to do it before I get any older.
Be taking my 3-wheeler up there.
I ain't riding on the back, but we'll ride. We might make it to Maryland before I pass out.
13 hours.
No, let's do it. So anyway, Spencer-Penn Centre.
Yeah.
Miss Susan, thank you for being out here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, before we took the break, I warned you that we were going to get a little personal and
I want to
really
know the team too.
Right,
I mean, it's a team effort.
Right. Really learn where you came from and how you got there, and then the team that you have with you. That would be great. You know?
Yeah. So I actually started in 2017, but
Like,
I was
born and raised.
I was born and raised in Martinsville, Henry County.
Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up here.
Hometown girl.
Hometown
Yeah.
girl. Most of my family went to Spencer-Penn.
Nice.
So lots of history. I remember, going there for ball games and going there for my cousin's stuff when we were little.
And I've never been there.
And
she's like,
you've
I used
never
to go
been
there
there.
all the time.
See,
Right down the road.
where you been? Where you been?
You know.
Right. Where you been? He will now.
Right.
We'll be,
You're gonna
we'll
get
be
sick of
fighting
me.
over the slide now. I'm sliding, man.
But I mean, it's a fun place to go,
It
and
is.
I remember even when it first closed, going there with family for different things, and I guess you could say I'm just really passionate about the community.
I've noticed.
That's beautiful.
Well,
I've noticed. That's why I wanted you out here.
I'm
She
behind
really
the
loves
scenes
it.
at a lot of things.
Oh, I
but
know,
I
but
try.
you're really great.
Well, I
You've
appreciate
done countless interviews, BTW 21, Luis Romero, and all the other ones. I mean, it's just, I've seen how passionate you are about the, everything that y'all do as far as events. Anyway, sorry about
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, but that to me, preserving it is important because it's not
Yes.
just for me; it's for my babies now.
Right.
It's for those that are coming.
So you're living in the area.
I do. I live 5 minutes from Spencer-Penn.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice, especially when it snows or we have bad weather or something because
Right.
I got to get out there and shovel the sidewalks. But yeah, no, to me, it's carrying on the legacy that started years ago. So, and I tell people this all the time. My first week at Spencer-Penn, I was told, okay, you get to do social media, and I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, so I was like, well, let's do some Throwback Thursdays. We've got pictures everywhere.
Is this your first podcast?
This is my first podcast.
All right.
Yeah.
I was getting nervous there because you
It
were
was.
the social media lady.
Yeah,
and I
she's,
was like,
look,
but yeah.
Yeah, pig cooking.
that's my
Yeah.
favorite event.
Oh my gosh, so much fun.
Even when I didn't attend, I was
Whoa,
there eating.
whoa.
Yeah, I was eating.
Pig's my stuff.
Yeah.
How come?
Where you been?
I know, right? When does this happen?
It's every April.
Every April.
Every April?
Look,
Yeah.
all you're doing is making this worse for yourself.
Oh my goodness.
You'll
It
enjoy
just
it.
keeps on getting better.
It does.
Like now you're adding pig.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favorite
exactly.
food.
That's my
Barbecue.
weakness. That's my kryptonite.
Yeah.
Right. Barbecue. Barbecue.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
It
Such a
is.
fun event.
Oh, look, he's in throw up another one.
Oh, there's
What
your
is
pig
that?
train.
Right.
For the kiddos, we have a little Barnable.
You got a pig train?
we have a
pig train.
pig
Oh,
train.
Lord.
I can see
Yeah.
Steve. I can see Chad on a pig train right,
Right.
there.
So we've had a few adults who have gotten in them.
I would.
I mean, they're
I would
pretty
definitely.
I
stout.
didn't know I was allowed. I would have done it.
Well, I mean, you break it, you buy it.
Yeah, that's true. 240 pounds on a.
240.
I mean, I'm not going to say there's a weight limit, but
Danny.
there's probably a weight limit.
240. I'm 270. Lord.
But there's a lot of events going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
I love
ton of
it.
stuff.
Yep.
Ton of stuff going on.
Hey, there's me and the sheriff.
Yeah, that was
with
there.
the
Oh gosh,
pine.
I'm at the very end there.
And you are in the picture.
Yes.
Look at that.
Look at her.
I got shoved into that.
I
was
did too.
Look
very,
at,
very
I was like,
pregnant.
look at me not in the picture.
I know.
So
but,
you beat
well,
me.
if you had been there.
You beat me though, right? I think you eat more pie than I did.
I
This is a
don't-
You were in
pie
for
eating-
two.
Wait,
I remember I was laughing so hard it was all I could do.
I know. That's the way I was.
That was-
I was
hold
sitting
up.
beside the sheriff of
that
of
was
I don't
Henry
know.
County. I
Yeah,
was-
yeah. Who also got conned into it. We all got conned into it.
That
But
was
it
a
was
pie
so
eating
much fun.
contest?
Yes, there was.
apple pie.
Oh, and it was,
I was
the
like, oh,
best
God, I'm gonna
apple
beat
pie.
everybody.
Who
And I was
won?
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Who won?
it was some little kid, wasn't it? Wasn't his
Yeah.
son or something?
Yeah, I think his
can't
son
remember.
might have won.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was a great pie.
Some little kid beat us all. There she is again.
That's the harvest luncheon that they just had. So I had the pleasure of actually speaking at that because I told you we got that Hope Grant,
Yeah.
and so this year I was invited back to speak.
A good-looking
And,
woman.
Thanks. And all those beautiful people that are right there beside me.
Right.
You can see the back of Danny Wolf's head, but on the other side of me
You just got a haircut.
are folks from the Preston Community Center. And they actually just got a harvest grant, a Hope
Really?
grant, and we are their fiscal sponsor. So
Okay, cool,
we're
man.
partnering with them to help because they're fantastic. Nobody knows about them like they should either.
Who is it again?
The
We'll
Preston
talk
Community
about them right
Center.
now.
What is
Preston
it?
Community
Yeah,
Center.
let's talk
Where
about
are
them. They're
they at?
amazing.
No, who?
So the Preston Community Center.
Preston Community Center.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so over Preston Road, so just next to us.
We need to hook up with that so that way we can have them on the next year.
Yeah,
Right.
Get 'em out here, yeah.
They
I'd
are
love to
some of
talk
the
to 'em.
sweetest people, and
love it.
they're just trying to, they have this small building that they rent out. They have church services there. It's basically for the community,
Right,
to come
right.
together.
Right.
And so they were trying to do some preservation of their own for the building, energy efficiency, taking care of some roof issues, things like that.
And you got volunteered to speak.
Well, I was asked if we would be their fiscal
You were
sponsor.
like, yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, any way we can help,
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
Now, mind you, I didn't have an admin at this time, so I'm just taking on more things that I really don't have time for. But we did it anyway, and it's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
But they are the sweetest people, and I was so excited, and I'm still so excited for them. They're going to do great things, and with this Hope Grant,
Right.
And
thankful.
but I got to speak to all the recipients.
That's cool, man.
Which was really, really nice, and tell them about the community garden and our farmers market and share. Actually,
kind of what you're talking about now.
yeah, kind
Yes.
of. But most of what I said, I just kept listing all the challenges that we had
Oh, yeah.
from the time that we got the grant. So I had planned this grant around a staff person that we had at the time. And submitted the grant. Well, right after we
You write the
submitted it,
grant?
I wrote the grant. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Wow.
so it came back that we were going to get the grant. Well, then the person who was going to do a majority of the work that I included in the grant, he had to take a full-time position with benefits because his significant other got pregnant.
Oh.
So I lost him,
How's that happen?
and
I don't know.
then I found out I was pregnant.
Hey.
And I was due at the time that the garden was going to get started.
Right.
So I was like, okay, it's fine, everything's fine. We'll get through it. And so then it was just kind of one thing after another. We carried
life
on.
happens.
Yeah, and then so we got the garden in. A lot of that happened while I was on maternity leave, but the community came together. They got it taken care of, and then we went 6 weeks without rain.
Yeah.
It was rough.
It was.
Very rough.
It was.
And then we went like a month where it did nothing but rain.
Mm-hmm.
So then we went from having the garden basically die
Yeah.
to having everything
Explode.
grow, including weeds. So it
All at
was
once.
as tall as I was, so you couldn't even get through. And
Wasn't much.
This
Okay, Daniel.
I'm sorry.
This summer was very rough on
It was.
we had the drought, like you said, and then we
Yeah.
had the rain season, and then it went back into another drought. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of like one thing after another after another. But in the midst of this, we found this huge watermelon, like this big. I couldn't even
Really?
carry it. Yeah, while we were cleaning it out, we found this huge, huge watermelon, and I was so excited. What I should have done was measured and weighed it. That's what I should have done.
That's huge.
But I
You
was
just ate
so excited. I was like,
just ate it.
let's go to the kitchen.
Yes.
And so we all ran to the kitchen. I was like, if we
Slice it
cut
up.
this thing open and it is not ripe, I'm going to be devastated.
All right.
We cut it open, and when I tell you, it was the most
Delicious.
sweet,
Sweetest,
fantastic
best.
watermelon
Praise God.
ever.
I love.
And so that's what I told him. I was like, in the midst of everything, there is still hope, and hope is always sweet.
Amen. I love
Hope
it.
is always sweet.
Yes, I do love it.
So
Yes.
no matter what challenges they face, they
Hope
could
is
lose their
always
staff.
sweet.
They could, be out on maternity leave.
Right.
All the things.
Just do it.
There's still hope.
That's
Still hope.
my oldest daughter's middle name is Hope. We were talking about middle names earlier.
Yes.
So you had faith and grace,
Yes.
Yeah.
Those
and
are
I
my
have
babies.
hope.
Oh, I love
So
it.
Ruth Ann's middle name is Hope.
I
Just
love
hope.
that.
I
You
love
gotta
it.
have hope.
Yeah.
Gotta have a
Yes.
little hope. Yeah.
Yes.
Something
And
to
she's
say
always sweet too.
She is.
Aw.
All your daughters are sweet. Maybe Millie.
Well, Millie, I don't know.
I was going to say Millie. We kind of agreed on that. I don't know her as good as you
She's
do.
spicy.
She's my wild child.
spicy.
Spicy.
Spicy. I need some salt. You got the salt.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You gotta have a little bit of spicy with
She
the
is
sweet.
something else.
Right. So you have events. Let's talk about just kind of start. January, is it not so much going on, or
Yeah, so we have
February?
we sometimes have classes and things. We don't schedule quite as much because it's kind of a quiet season.
It is icy.
Yes.
most of the time.
You never know about weather, but we
You
have
don't.
some different classes and camps. We always have story time every month, first Saturday,
love
10
that.
o'clock.
That is
Yeah.
We're gonna. Our whole family's gonna have to get involved. My kids love the library. My kids love to sit down and pick a book and
Oh, they
read.
love that one.
And then the classes that you have.
Yes.
Like I said, Katie is a connoisseur of sourdough, and I'm sure she would love to get involved with other people with
Right.
other ideas.
Right.
This just sounds like a great place. I've been missing out my whole life.
You have. I know. Well, people tell me all the time that they are like, I didn't even know
No,
Spencer
it's
Penn was
just right
there.
there.
So where can people find you?
Roughly.
They of course we have Facebook.
We have
Facebook nowadays, everybody's
Instagram.
on Facebook.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have a website,
Yeah.
www.thecenter@spencerpenn.com.
And we'll have that
Cool.
below.
Yeah,
where
you
everybody
can
can check out.
call us, email us. Oh yeah, there's the garden.
Community
Look at
garden.
that.
Yeah,
I'll be
that, it's not
danged.
finished there, but it was pretty. It was on its way.
That was pretty.
Yeah,
That
and
is.
so those beautiful garden boxes were actually made and painted by local Girl Scout troops.
Really?
So these
Wow.
raised beds are the way to go nowadays.
Thank
They
Yeah.
really are. They
You
really
know,
are.
my family has always had a garden. My mother has took over my grandparents' garden, but now she has transformed it into raised beds. I guess that's just the optimal way to keep your nutrition in your plants and to keep all your moisture in and everything
Help with
like that.
weeding.
Help with
Yeah.
weeding and
Yeah,
stuff
you're
like
not
that.
having to till every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely.
Ain't that the truth?
What my grandmother and grandfather had as a garden, she kind of plastic everything so the weeds wouldn't grow, and then she built the boxes very similar to what
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you have. So I guess that's the way to go nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't think
absolutely.
about that.
You learn.
Right. So going back a little bit.
what's
we're gonna-
this?
We're going to jump a little bit here. That's all right.
Is that coming up?
Yeah, Giving Tuesday is a national day of giving all across the United States. And so it happens the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. So you have your day of thankfulness,
Right.
and then it's your day to give back. So Giving
that. I do
Tuesday.
I do too.
That's great.
And so our goal is $35,000 this year to raise.
Nice.
You know, I tell people all the time, when you rent from us, when you pay for a program, when you do any of those things, we're not out to get rich. We're out to break even.
Right. Right.
But a portion of that requires donations.
Yes.
You know, we are a nonprofit. Everything that we do goes straight back out. So None of us are getting rich off of this.
No, I
This
love
is
the
solely for the
nonprofit of it.
community.
You're right, right.
But yeah, so that's
Probably
our goal.
wouldn't be out here if you weren't a nonprofit.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just love
Probably
that.
for the
I love
community.
it.
You know, you were talking about the community and what you wanted to accomplish in the community. Boyce Holland kind of does the same thing. We are for-profit business, but we try to keep costs down for our community.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you could go to other places and for it would just be half of what it would cost at other places to come
Right.
to us.
Right.
We are, like I said, we are for profit. We try to do the best we can to make a dollar, but
You got to pay people.
the community people and a community business, they seem to last longer than just somebody out there trying to
do.
make a killing, because it's true and it's real and
It's rural.
it's
Yeah.
rural.
I mean,
right?
people, they don't have money like they do in these blue places.
There's not too many of those. There's not too many of those blue places. I don't know what you're talking
Not many,
about.
a lot of blue places here in Patrick County, Virginia, man.
year
We're all
anyways.
working class. And if we're not working class, our parents are working class.
I'm just excited. I mean, I'm always excited to have guests come on and share their projects.
Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
That's coming up.
so
I don't wanna
excited
forget
about
it.
this one. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I love Christmas.
Can
right?
you read that for me because I'm blind?
Oh,
Well,
yeah, we already
quarter
talked
blind.
about that.
I know, I'm sorry.
So our very first.
She called you out on that.
I'm serious. I can't even see you.
Sorry about that.
Friday something.
Friday, December 13th from 5 to 9 p.m. We're going to have our very first Christmas extravaganza. So it's completely free to come by and enjoy it. We are going to have our tree lighting at 7:30.
Nice.
But yeah, you can, the
You're gonna
doors.
have Santa and Mrs. Claus there.
Yes. So
I
we've
see
got a
that.
ton
Free
of stuff.
photos with
Free
Santa
photos
and Mrs.
with
Claus.
Santa and Mrs. Claus. We've got a
some
Swifty
trifocals.
dance party.
Swifty dance party.
Yeah, so
What's
the
that?
kids,
What is that?
the kids can be dropped off with some of our volunteers, and they're going to have like a Taylor Swift dance party because evidently it's Taylor Swift's birthday.
Really?
They're going to make friendship bracelets. They're going to have cupcakes, all those things, and it's completely free thanks to MHCs for Book Lovers. They're sponsoring that.
And who's that?
So
I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
that's okay. Kimberly Scott runs that.
Okay.
So
What is it?
our fall fair we do in conjunction with them.
Okay.
MHCs for Book Lovers. They're fantastic.
Right.
So then at 6:30, we've got live music by the Country Boys. It would typically be our music night
Hey,
event.
that's some Patrick County boys right there.
Yeah,
the
it
country
is.
boys. Yeah.
So there is a $5 donation requested at the door for that, but you don't have to.
$5?
Yeah,
Man,
$5.
you can't beat that.
Now you can go in and also get your dinner if you go in. We'll
Really?
sell hot dogs, barbecue, chicken salad, pintos, homemade desserts, drinks,
Man,
all
It's
the
gonna be my
things.
new hangout.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's Chad at? Oh, you know him. He's over there at the Spencer-Penn.
So we're gonna have.
don't need no hot dog.
Look, you can come feed your whole family way cheaper at
Right,
Spencer Penn's
right.
Music Night than you can go anywhere.
Yes.
And get good food too. Homemade slaw.
So something to
homemade
plan
pizza.
for the family, and I can
Yes.
see Friday, December 13th,
Yep.
You can't see
and
Yeah,
it's
so
gone.
it's gonna be
There it's
great.
back.
And we've got, so we also are doing a Christmas tree decorating contest for businesses. So a business sponsors a Christmas tree, they put it up, they decorate it, and they're entered into a competition where the winner, who is voted on by all the people who go through the building in December, is going to win free, like full sponsorships for the following year. So free marketing and
Wow.
advertising for the entire year. It's over
Wow.
$3,500 value.
Right.
Boys Holland's putting up a Christmas tree.
I would love it.
Do it,
what we're
do
That'd be
it.
great.
So it's going to be
We'll
fantastic.
throw the cats up there.
Yeah.
Hey,
For the cats.
yeah.
For the cats.
So it's going to be awesome. It's
That
going to
does
be a
sound
great
awesome.
event. And perfect for the whole family. Like I said, you can drop your kids off, go shop for Christmas presents, last minute Christmas shopping, listen to some good music. Like I said, we're going to have at 7:30. We're going to have a tree lighting out front.
Is this the first time y'all have done this
This is the
Christmas
first
extravaganza?
time.
I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever heard of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we-
great, man.
We did the Christmas tree competition last year, and the MASH 4-H club won it.
Okay, cool.
I think we had 6 or 7 competitors, and the trees were absolutely amazing.
Now, I did see some pictures of some trees. So there,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Y'all do a great. Are you over the Facebook?
I
Also?
am.
Oh, you. Well, see, I messaged you through the Facebook and also on email. So y'all do a really good job.
So
as
with
far as
all these
Facebook
things
advertising.
going on, with all the different projects that, the different classes, how do you keep up with all this? How many employees do you all have through there? Or is it, what happens?
That's one of the things I was going to ask her, and I didn't want to. I was worried about her missing somebody because you start advertising or you start mentioning people,
I do
and
know
then you
that.
kind of forget.
I do that too, and I'll skip somebody that's
Right.
really important to
Very
me,
important, but
and then I'll think about it at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like,
Oh, damn, I forgot Daniel.
Leanne's there,
Well, I have the benefit, we don't have a large staff.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
yeah, we have a lot of volunteers, but not as many as we need.
Now, are you looking for volunteers?
We
or-
always need volunteers. So
Yes.
please, no matter what it is, if you have a skill, we can find a way to connect you. But we have a pretty small staff. I'm the only full-time staff person right now. We have
Really?
we have an admin who's part-time. Her name's Sandy Height. She's fantastic. We've got a part-time bookkeeper, Bonnie Freeman, who we joke that she knows where the bodies are kept, where the bodies are buried. So she actually started in 2008. She was the first paid employee for Spencer-Penn. Yep, and she's
2008.
2008.
16
Yep.
years, man.
And then we have a part-time librarian, Linda Foley, who does a great job keeping our library up.
18 years.
Yeah,
Lord,
we've
sorry.
got a part-time maintenance person, Josh Duffy, and we have another fellow who's been filling in here and there, Dustin Hatchett. So grateful for
Shout out
him.
to them.
They kind of tag team, helping us take trash out, helping us set up, break down rooms, things
That's
like that.
great.
And then we have Susan Haskins, who's our weekend event coordinator.
That is- I
Another
love her, I
Susan.
do.
Another
Susan
Susan.
right
Yeah.
there. I love her to death because she's always out there in the road.
Guiding
Rain,
people
sleet, or
around.
snow.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
I always get y'all two mixed up. I'm sitting there emailing, and I'm like, is it
Because we
Susan?
always sign it Susan, and
Yeah,
you don't
right,
know.
Susan. I don't know anything. I'm paying somebody. I don't
Yep.
know who it is.
Yep, yeah. But we have a small staff, but a fantastic staff. I mean, they're a great team.
But back to volunteers, Daniel gets some guests out here, and it seems to me that the businesses or the facilities that we're trying to promote all work and base around volunteers.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly
a
right.
lot
For the
of
love
them,
of the community.
a lot of them, probably 80% of the guests that we have had on our show
Yeah.
rely on volunteers. So you guys are always looking for volunteers, people to
Absolutely.
come out and support the community. And I think what you have going will tend to bring volunteers in because you're doing good things. You're doing good things for the
Awesome
community,
things.
awesome things for the community. And it's not just one aspect of life. You have the garden. Well, you also have the library, and you also, you're doing things for different events, different age
Music.
groups.
Yeah.
So that get out there and volunteer a little time, help out this community.
Right.
I'd really like that.
Go visit.
Yeah.
Because then, Mike, we're coming.
do it.
My whole clan. Oh, we decided last week we can't say clan. My whole gang of kids are coming.
The whole hood.
The whole hood, all of them. So be ready, because there's a lot of us.
do it. Let's schedule a tour,
Yes.
and I will
We'll
take
start
you
there.
through the entire
Yes.
building. Yeah.
That'd be
And see
perfect.
where I could just drop off a kid there, drop off a kid there, and then
Right. And enjoy it yourself.
and head
Yeah.
out to the memorials.
Barbecue. So but we do have to go. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
Was that
thank
it?
you guys
Oh.
so much.
Come back
Thank
out.
you for
come
being
back
so
out,
sweet.
Come back out during the spring,
Yes.
and we could help promote some of the things you got
Please.
going on.
Let's
Yes.
talk about some
The
And
barbecue.
you could let all the viewers know that you met the Hudson clan and that they need to leave.
And they eat all your
They
barbecue.
ate all the
Yeah.
barbecue.
We have to get some more.
Hey,
But thank you so much,
Thank
for coming
y'all.
out. I know there's 10 times more to promote on here, and we'll have all the links below, and you can just follow their Facebook. Definitely like it, follow it, so it shows up.
They're
You will
doing
know the
things.
events are coming up. I mean, I could show you pictures of car shows. They've had the car shows out there. I'm a car guy. Chad's a car guy. I mean, these cars are beautiful.
No one said anything about cars till
I
now.
know. Right.
Till now.
There's so much. There's so much they got to offer.
That's great that you're doing that.
It's awesome. So thank you. And it's right here in our community.
In our backyard.
Support local.
That's it.
That's right.
We love you.
Y'all be real and come on back.
Come back.